See if anyone's around. Chat not showing up. Oh, chat. Okay, there we go. Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning, Hope. How are you? How you doing? How's that monster of a fish you got? I'm okay. You know, I'm okay. Considering. Oh, here we go. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Miss K. How are you guys? You just got fed. What do you feed a fish that big, Hope? Hamburger? Fish food, yeah. Well, maybe treat him once in a while, you know. Maybe, maybe fish like chicken. Good morning, Pyro. What's up? Rev, what's going on, man? How are you? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Kelly. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. It is a wicked rainy day here. Um, it's gonna rain all day, and not lightly. It's raining heavy. So I just got done feeding Princess and uh, kind of finagling her. Um, they have a little bit more protection from the rain. I got there's an umbrella, big umbrella um, that literally kind of goes over one of the chairs, like over the whole thing, so that it protects the chair. She can sit in the chair without getting wet. And then obviously her houses, she goes in there and she stays out of the rain. But I like to move them underneath the cover so that she's got even more protection from it. She's such a spoiled little shit. She uh, she knows. She knows I'm gonna go there and just dote on her. That's so she expects nothing less. But yeah, it's rainy. It's crappy. It's gonna be like this all day. Um, Working from home. All right, right on, right on, right on. So yeah, um, you know, I I keep saying like I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna go on, and then obviously I had the kidney stones, the infections, all that stuff, and that was that wasn't fun at all. That was awful. Uh, so that kind of kept me from doing anything, and then just truthfully, I'm just depressed. I'm depressed because of everything that's happening and that's happened, and I just end up kind of shutting down, and it's hard to break out of those funks, when you get into them, especially when it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. You just get so beat down, and it's like, you know, I've had enough. I've had enough. Um, but I did go up to the property. I like forced myself to get up and go. We had a really cool day here. It was like in the 60s. There was no humidity. There was a breeze. I mean, it was beautiful. Then I said, all right, well, I'm gonna go up. I had been speaking with the owner. There was some stuff going on over the course of the last month, and then just over the course of the last week, some other stuff was happening. And so I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna force myself to get up and go. And so I did, and it was interesting. Uh, I was glad I went. I really was. You know, I love the woods. I love the woods, and it's a place that brings me peace and serenity and joy. I love them more in the fall. I'll admit that. You know, it was cool, but still, you know, there's still some bugs and whatnot. But anyway, um, but I went, and yeah, it was interesting. Um, there's uh, there's some stuff that's happening. It had gone quiet for a while, and I was kind of happy it did because I didn't want to feel like I was missing stuff. Um, and then you know some things started happening again, and and yeah. So what I think I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna go on tonight, and I'm gonna discuss and talk about the stuff that's happening up there because I have a theory about why some of the stuff, why some of the behavior and activity changed, because it did change. I'm not going to say much more because I want it to be for the show, but I have a theory as to why, and I I did some things to try to encourage the behaviors to stay the way that they were before. So we'll see what happens. That obviously is something that's going to be ongoing to document and see if it works. Yes, serenity now. Yes, serenity now. Um, so yeah, I'm going to go live tonight. I'm going to talk about that. I'm probably going to leave the link in the chat too, if anyone feels like hopping on. Um, Even if you want to hop on for 5 minutes, and just say hello and whatever. Um, you know, it gives it a little bit more of you know, a little more interaction there. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll leave the link in the chat. Anybody who wants to hop on, whether you want to stay on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or the whole show, like, do it. Obviously, as long as you're not out there, uh, you know, screaming and calling people terrible names and saying things that you know that'll get the channel shut down, then we're good. Um, and you don't have to show your face. That's right. Thank you, Hope. You do not ever have to show your face. Yeah, yeah. I don't. You know, it's a personal thing. Like not everybody wants to be out in the open on the interwebs for everyone to see. Um, so you know, if you personally don't want to show your face, then you're good. Don't worry about it. We'll keep your face blurred. I'm sure people were like begging for me to keep mine blurred most of the time, but I'm not gonna. So, eh. What if I show my ass? Well, you know, I guess it depends. Depends on what it looks like. Oh, you're a trip. You're a trip. Hopefully, it's groomed. Yep, I saw. Yeah, it's. I can't believe it's been a year, man. It's just crazy. I was just talking about that the other day with a couple of people. Where the time goes, it's uh, it's just, man, it's nuts. It's nuts. That also means too that I'm coming up on a year from when I started this. What's up, Texas Psycho Billy? That's an awesome name, by the way. It sucks just as much a year later. It does. It truthfully does. You know, very selfishly, I, but I'm sure other people felt this way. But like, I'd only gotten to know Kerry, like just recently, prior to his passing, and I really admired him. I really looked up to him a lot, um, and it was a true honor and privilege to get to know him and talk to him one on one. I was angry when he passed away because I felt like, you know, I we could have potentially discussed so much more and had a better, deeper friendship of sorts. I'm not saying we'd be best friends. I'm not saying that, but you know what I mean. Like just a deeper relationship, and I'm not, it doesn't mean it's got to be like the deepest of, I love you, you're my best friend or whatever. But over time, obviously relationships grow, all kinds they do. Um, I keep losing sound. Am I losing sound to everybody else? Hope hears me fine. I don't know. Sometimes this stupid YouTube thing, it does that with my phone for whatever when I go live. But she says she hears me fine. Everybody else, can you hear me okay? In and out. Usually at the beginning of a sentence. It could just be it could just be the connection here. It may not be the greatest. So like right when I start talking, it's not picking it up. Yeah, it could be internet lag for sure. Sorry, yeah. I'm in a parking lot right now, so I mean I'm not connected to Wi-Fi or anything, so it might not be the best. Um, but I was angry. Uh, I was upset. I wanted to be able to discuss more, to go to him, and I am at a Walmart. Yes, I am. How'd you know that? Um, and I wanted to make it clear in the beginning that I was very grateful for the encouragement that that man gave me because he was so busy. He didn't have to take any time, and he did. He took the time to talk to me. He took the time to encourage me. He took the time to give me uh, guidance and instruction on how to do things. He told me that you should do this, um, and I oh, that's a bag. That's a Walmart bag though. That's in my car. That's a Walmart bag in my car. But yeah, I'm at Walmart. It's like I shop at Walmart all the time. It's close. It's cheap. It's well, the cheaper, I should say. Nothing's fucking. Um. So over time, I I said I'm not gonna continue talking about Kerry, and it wasn't because I didn't have respect for him. I was the total opposite. I had loads and loads of respect for the man. I truly looked up to him. It was because I started getting shit from people that were saying, um, you're using Kerry's name to get views, and so I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to say his name anymore. I'm just not gonna. Um, I thought I was doing something nice. I thought I was honoring somebody who had encouraged me and helped me, and was somebody that I admired. And people had to be just nasty. So um, I just said, you know what, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not going to mention it. I'm not going to drag it out. Um, I know how I feel about him and the situation, and when the time comes, like around this time, I knew I would mention it again, and I'm going to tonight. I'm gonna mention this tonight on the show. Um, but yeah, it just people can be just I and sadly, when someone dies, you see the real, you see who people really are, people who are close to them, people who are friends with them, people who are in their inner circle. Even it changes people. Oh, no, maybe it didn't change people, because I think that you are what you are. I think it ends up revealing the truth. Um, and sadly, that's just what happens. But the last thing I wanted was anyone to think that I was like trying to. And the other thing was like, what? I'm 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 such a small channel. I was getting I was getting nothing for views compared to a lot of other channels. I knew going into this wasn't going to be something that was going to make me any money. I had no intention of that. If I could make enough that it would subsidize what I was doing for the channel, then perfect. But people just have this I don't know, man. They just get nasty. They just get nasty. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Yep, it sucks. But yeah, um, it still sucks. I still think about what potentially we could have discussed together. Um, what more I could have learned from him, because he was just a smart dude. He was very smart. He did not like to curse on the air, but he did curse off the air. I promise you that. Not like a sailor, but he let him fly. He let him fly. Listen, Carrie had such a wonderful ability to be professional all the time. Like, he really was. He was so good at being professional all the time, even when he was upset on the air. He was really good at it. When he was off the air, he was still the same guy. He was no different. Um, Maybe even to a degree, um, he was more. Um, what's the word? Uh, he was more compassionate, even as much as he was when he was on the air. He was even more so off the air, if that makes sense. But he's not on the air. He's not trying to. So yeah, he let him fly. I remember the first time I heard him say a curse word. I thought it was funny. I kind of chuckled because you didn't. If you watch him on the show, you didn't expect it from him. But yeah, he let him fly, and he would voice his opinion about things that pissed him off the air. Um, Obviously, stuff that I would never talk about because it's not my place. But yeah, funny guy too. He was funny. He really was. He had a great sense of humor. I don't think we saw as much of that on the show as we could, because he tried to be very, walk a straight line. Um, yeah, but he was great. He was great. Wish we could have had more time with him. Um, Speaking of, that was another reason that I was quiet too. Like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, when I was gonna come on, um, I got a phone call. Actually, that's wrong. I got a message on Messenger, and and I just so happened to catch it. A lot of times I don't catch the messages. My phone sucks. Doesn't send me notifications for some things. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Whatever. But I happened to catch the message, and it was from a good buddy of mine's um, uh, girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend, I guess. Um, yeah, ex-girlfriend. And she told me that they found him passed away in his truck. Uh, um, he was he had a really rough life. He had a very, very rough life. Um, and he struggled with addiction, but um, he had been clean for, oh gosh, um, well over a year. And probably closer to 2 years. And he he's a he was a very, very, very talented mechanic. I mean, like, if Rain Man was a mechanic, that's what this guy was. I mean, he was um, just he was a wizard. He could do anything. Um, I know that he was having trouble in that relationship where she was starting to do things. The girl he was dating was starting to use things and do things, and he was clean and trying to stay that way. And um, then there was, that causes major issues. I don't care who you are. You could have, you know 10 years, and if somebody brings that thing into your house and around you on a daily basis, it becomes very difficult to refrain from doing. Um, and when you're in a position like he was in, where he relied on working on the side, he didn't have a job at a shop. He relied on people calling and saying, "Hey, I need something done to my car." And normally he had work all the time because he was just that good. Everything that I ever have had done to my cars in the last 10 to 12 years was done by him. Um, but work had slowed down a lot. He was struggling for money, um, having those issues at home, and then he slipped. And he slipped, and the girl that he was currently seeing um, gave him some some bad fentanyl, and he passed away. Um, what really sucks is he doesn't really have much family at all to speak of. He moved here from Wisconsin years and years ago. Um, his family really wasn't a part of his life. His uncle took him in when he moved here, and his uncle was a successful businessman, a real estate guy, and he was really good to Moose. Moose was my buddy's name. Well, his real name is Cliff, but everybody called him Moose. And Moose loved him. And then his uncle passed away tragically years ago, and So he was pretty much left with no family. I mean, from the time he was like 16, you know, it's just tough. It's just tough. So that was another reason why I just I had taken I had taken more time. I just it was hard to deal with. Not saying like I was weeping daily, but I obviously I cried and tried to wrap my head around it, and uh, I used to joke with him all the time, and I told him I was like, he was he was that nothing could keep him down. I used to say it to him, nothing can keep you down, man. Nothing to take you out. You can be here when the cockroaches are here and everything else is gone. I wish that was true. I wish you would have called me. But that's just how this shit works, man. It's just how it works. When you've gotten to the point where you're going to use and you're going to relapse, you don't call anybody. You don't want anyone to talk you out of it at that point. That's how that's how cunning and baffling and powerful this thing is. You're probably already at a point where you're so depressed and so down that you're like, fuck it. I just wish you would have called or texted me or something. But yeah, it's just been a shit year. I'm ready for it to be over. Um, I'm ready for it to be over. I need things to change. I need something to change and things to start looking up, because it's just been just you know shitstorm after shitstorm. I mean, God. They say God gives you as much as you can handle. Well, can't you spread it out? Uh, Give somebody else something. Why keep dumping stuff all on me? I just need a break. But I'm hoping that things are heading that way. I mean, I know it's got to stop at some point, right? It's got to stop. Um. So anyway, I always try to be open with you guys about all this stuff, and I don't really hide much. Uh, and so that was another big reason why I was quiet. Trying, me and him fought like brothers. Like we would bicker, and we would argue, and we would, but 20 minutes later we were fine. That's just that's just the relationship we had. We've been friends for a long time. We knew each other very well. We got on each other's nerves. I mean, that's just what happens sometimes when you're friends with somebody for a long time. It's weird because he was the last person to change the oil in this car, and the sticker's still in the window with his initials on it. Sucks. It sucks. uh, but yeah. So hopefully things are changing. I no longer have a kidney infection or uh, a UTI. That was fun. Uh, I think I have maybe one stone left. I forget. I think there's one left. Who the hell knows? All right, bye, Hope. But yeah. So I think hopefully we're turning a corner here. Um, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back going to the property regularly. I'm gonna try to do some some other places too. I'm scouting for other places to go just to break things up a bit. Plus, I can't. I tried to film there the other day, and I don't know how it even happens, but like I have worse signal there now than I did when I was there last year. Like, I don't know how that even happens. But yeah, I couldn't pick up a signal for anything, and I was getting so angry, and then I had to tell myself like, all right, stop, step back. You can be here and just enjoy being here, not put so much pressure on it. And I did, and yeah, it was really fun. I was really happy to be there. Plus, they're just the sweetest folks, man. They're really just so sweet. I really enjoy talking to them and going up there, and I always get fed. I always get, you know, some kind of food or a good cup of coffee. Um, oh, hey, Mikey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, yeah, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you. I'll hit you up in a little while when I get done running errands and back home. Thank you, pal. Um, so anyway, yeah, I'm not gonna drag this on. I'll be on tonight. Not sure what time yet. I'll figure that out in the next couple hours. You know, usually it's like it's always between like 6 and 8, around there. I literally did not sleep last night. Not even, not an hour. Not, I didn't sleep. Not at all. Um, I don't know why. I just couldn't. I couldn't. But um, I'm gonna try to take a nap this afternoon, and then I'll figure out what time we're gonna go on. Um, Thank you all for hopping on and being here for this mess. Um, my emotional breakdowns. I gotta run in here and grab a couple things, and then are we there? All right. So watch for the post later. See what time we're going on. Thank you for hopping on and watching. Love you guys. Truly, I do. You're the reason I still do this, even though I take time and have to be a ghost once in a while. But thank you. You guys rock. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Don't work too hard. Peace.